The distributive property is a property of multiplication. And so what we do is we multiply what's inside by what's outside. The way I like to think about it is this is a box or a gift bag or something, and this is how many of them there are, because multiplication is how many groups of what. So this is 5 groups of x plus 7. So apparently in each gift bag we have $7 and a surprise, some kind of I don't know, bonus or something. So if there are 5 gift bags, how many bonus prizes and how much money total? So the way to show our work is to write out 5 times x plus 5 times 7. So we know that we have a total of 5 surprises, or gift surprises, plus $35 total in order to make those 5 gift bags. The one right below it, now in our gift bag we have 5 x's, 4 y's, and -3 whatever. And there are -8 groups of this. Now that doesn't make as much sense. Hopefully the first one made enough sense where we know what to do. So the work we're going to show, we're going to start off with -8 times 5x minus 8, or plus a negative if you want to write plus a negative, 8 times 4y minus 8, or again you can write plus a -8 times -3. This minus stays with the 3 no matter where it goes, just like this minus stays with the 8 no matter where it goes. So -8 times 5x is -40x. -8 times 4y is -32y. And a -8 times a -3 is a positive 24. Now, this one is the distributive property of multiplication over addition. This one is the distributive property of multiplication over addition and subtraction. This one is the distributive property of division over subtraction. I don't know why they say over, it sounds a little bit unusual, but that's what we call it. So the way we do this, the most common way we do this is, well, let's remember, let me do this in a different color, that if we have a over b plus c over b, this is the way we write our rules algebraically. As long as they have a common denominator, I can add their numerators. This equals a plus c over b. Just quickly, like if I had 1/4 plus 2/4, I can add the 1 plus 2 over 4 and get 3/4. So that's what this rule right here is talking about. And normally we go in this direction. We start here and we end up here. Well, hopefully you can recognize that this right here is equivalent to the a plus c over b. And in order to simplify this, we're going to turn it into 2 separate numerators over 1 denominator. So 12a over 4 minus 4 over 4. Now you can write it like this, and that's fine. I tend to usually write it with whatever the sign on the denominator is. So plus, since it's a positive 4 on the denominator, and then I keep the negative in the numerator. Either way is fine. So my answer here is 3a plus -1, or more simply 3a minus 1, and that's our more simplified version. Now there is a second way to do this, and that is to turn the division of 4 into multiplication by its reciprocal. And that's how we turn division into multiplication, is we multiply by the reciprocal. So dividing by 4 is the same as multiplying by 1/4. So this is the same as 1/4 times 12a minus 4. and then we would distribute that. So 1/4 times 12a plus 1/4. Again, I like to keep the 1/4 positive times negative. Ooh, ran out of room there. 4. So 1/4 of 12a is going to be 3a. And 1/4 of -4 is a -1. Or you could do the plus a -1, and then on the next step turn it into 3a minus 1. There's one more I want to do because it involves both the multiplication and the division. So with this one, I would take it one step at a time. I would start with just distributing the 3 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. So 3, so this equals 3 times 2g plus 3 times 4h all over 6. We don't want to forget about it, so don't just say, oh, I'll go back and get it later. Just bring it along. It's not that difficult. So when I simplify this, 3 times 2g is 6g plus 3 times 4h is 12h all over 6. And again, we have two strategies to solve this. One is to simply break it up into 6g over 6 plus 12h over 6. And 6g divided by 6 is 1g. We don't usually write the 1, but you can. 12h divided by 6 is 2h. And that will be your answer. Or again, I could turn it into division by 6 is the same as multiplication by 1/6. So I could write it as 1/6 times 6g plus 12h. And then do 1/6 times 6g plus 1/6 times 12h. And 1/6 of 6 is 1g, and 1/6 of 12 is 2h, and you see we get the same answer anyway.